everybody wants to get united. Like, what we gotta do is meet everybody on 149th Street at the bench.
I made a survival guide for riders last week, and I wanted to follow up with a survival guide for your progress this week. We're gonna keep this video straight to the point, direct, and keeping it considerate of your guys' time. So, number one, you wanna get better, you gotta stop goofing off and practice your basic print font tag, and your basic structure, throwies, and pieces. Let me put it to you really plain and simple. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this at all. Most writers take decades to learn very basic concepts. You'll see writers 10 years in graffiti, 20 years in graffiti, 30, 40, 50 years in graffiti, and they still have basic fundamental errors in their hand styles, throwies, and pieces. This right here, these basic fundamentals, is going to be what you build off of in order to actually find your style. That's why it's important. That's why you have to learn it, because without this, you won't be able to find your style. It's exactly the reason why you'll find graffiti artists who have spent 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years in graffiti, and they still have really basic errors in their work. They haven't found their style in some cases, or they can't articulate what that style is. And the worst part is most of these dudes never even learn the basics. And as a result of that, they get stagnant and they get locked into one specific thing, and they can't really branch out of that style. This is why. It's because they never practice their basic hand styles, throwies, and pieces. And I'll put it real straightforward and simple for you guys. It shouldn't take you longer to learn graffiti's basics than it takes somebody to begin and finish medical school and become a doctor. That's ridiculous. But that's the reality for almost every graffiti artist out there, because most of them skip this step and they don't learn the basics. Number two, separate your fun drawings from your practice. This is really important because you have to make time for you. You have to make time for what's fun. So what do we mean separate your fun drawings from your practice? So first is realizing that these are not the same thing. When you're doing stylistic, crazy, wild styles and you're adding a bunch of style to your tags and your throwies, that's not practice. That isn't helping you get better. Not in the early stages. What you're doing there is you're exploring. You're kind of trying out ideas, and that's good. This is useful. This helps you out. It helps you understand not only what you enjoy drawing, but helps you understand what direction you want to go with your work. That's, once again, your fun drawings. Your practice is when you study and you actually exercise the fundamentals. Studying and exercising those fundamentals are two different activities. Studying is to take in new credible information, while exercising is really just your practice. That's you training your hand to do what your mind and what your eyes know and see. But you need both of those, right? You need to have the understanding from your studying. That way, you can interpret what your eyes see and you can interpret your ideas with more clarity. And once you have that clarity, practice is there to train your dexterity. That way, your hand can translate what your mind and your eyes know and see. That's why that's important. That's why you need all of those steps. And that's why you have to separate practice from your fun drawings. Now, if you want to learn the basics of graffiti in the best way possible, we wrote a complete, comprehensive guide for graffiti's fundamentals. You won't find a better book anywhere on the market. This book has helped thousands of people not only find their style, but get out of the toy phase, and it's helped them bounce back after taking a long break from graffiti. And our book was able to do that because we jam-packed this thing with information. I've been teaching for well over 20 years, and we took that information and put it into one simple and easy to read through book. So whether you're a brand new day one graffiti artist or you have 20, 30, 40 years of experience, that book's got something for you. I can guarantee you that. You'll learn all about flow and how to flow your name and what flow really is, which is a really common topic for new graffiti artists to get confused about. And you'll even learn how to find and evolve your own original style. That way you don't have to look on Pinterest. You don't have to kind of take little pieces here and there from your favorite writers. You can generate styles that are completely original to you. So if getting out of a rut and getting better at graffiti sounds like something you're interested in, check out digital copies of our book over at theartistblock.inc and use this coupon code here to save yourself 15% off. And we also have physical copies over on Amazon. We got a link to both those in the description down below for you. Number three, keep it simple and practice the basics. This is the step that most graffiti artists stumble on and they struggle with and they don't at all do. I can't tell you how many times I say this in videos. People make fun of me. They say, oh, John, we understand. And then I'll get critique requests on Instagram. And it's like, hey, John, what do you think about my hand style? What do you think about my throw? What do you think about my piece? And then I look at it, I open the message, and it's the most stylized thing you've ever seen. There's no fundamentals in there. The hand style sacrificed the letter structure of each letter for who knows what reason. The pieces, the letters are just about gone. They hardly exist. There's extensions everywhere. Letter distortions throughout the entire thing. And then they'll say, hey, I watched your videos and, you know, I keep it simple. I practice the basics. I'm just thinking, where did you keep it simple and practice the basics? That certainly isn't here. And I know I sound like I'm joking here, but in all honesty, most graffiti artists skip this step, and it's the step that is the most important. You have to keep it simple and practice the basics. Now, a lot of people think, oh, well, that's boring. All right, fine. That's why we separated our fun drawings from from our practice. So like that, we can still make sure that we practice as much as we need and we have as much fun as we want. It's a balance, like everything in life. You gotta balance it out. So when I say the basics, what am I referring to with the basics and the fundamentals? I list this off in just about every video, but we'll do it again here very quickly because of how much I do it. I know a lot of you guys are tired of hearing it. Well, I'll make it quick, I promise. You have the 3 pillars of art. These apply to all different art forms, and the very first pillar, and by far the most important, is the elements of art, which is line, shape, form, value, space, color, texture, and some people would throw dot in there, like literally drawing a point, a period. Some people would throw that in there. The reason this is the most important is because it makes up the foundation of anything you could possibly draw. This includes your hand styles, throwaways, and pieces. Studying and practicing the elements of art is going to be responsible for the majority of your skill, knowledge, and progress. So you want to spend a lot of time there. You want to spend the most time there. You could find a ridiculous amount, literally centuries worth of information on Google and YouTube about the elements of art because they apply to all art forms. So they're very well researched and known about. From there you move to the art form specific fundamentals, and this is essentially a list of basics that governs and defines a particular art form. Every single art form has one, otherwise the art form could not exist. And for graffiti, that'll be letter structure, negative space management, letter name weight, letter name positioning, and flow. We have tutorials on each of those here on the channel, and we're currently working on a brand new tutorial series specifically to teach you those fundamentals because of how important they are. And from there we have the third pillar of art, technique. And technique simply refers to the tools you use, how you use them, and how you perform the art that you're doing. This is responsible for the lowest amount of your skill, knowledge, and progress, so you can spend some time focusing on that, but this will change depending on the tools you're using. So learn that as you find different things interesting, right? You want to learn pencils, you want to do a lot of pencil drawing, learn pencils, learn techniques for that. You want to do a lot of marker drawings, you enjoy alcohol-based markers, you enjoy paint-based markers, well, do some research and practice your techniques with those. You like spray paint? Once again, practice techniques with that then. That one's really loose, that one's really kind of free-flowing. You get to focus on what it is you'd like. Number 4, when you get a critique, ask questions about the fundamentals. If you're getting a critique from somebody who is qualified to be giving you a critique, in other words, they have a professional skill and, more importantly, a professional knowledge level, then they will be able to explain to you the fundamental why behind anything they say. If they can't or they don't, they're probably not qualified to be giving you a critique. That is to say, they probably don't have a professional knowledge level, even if they have a professional skill level, which means a critique from them does you just about no good at all. So whenever you get a critique, regardless of who it's from, you should be asking questions about the fundamentals, and you should only be concerned about their answer regarding the fundamentals. All too often in graffiti, you see critiques where it's like, oh, add this here because it's dope, or hey, you should change this about your letter for X, Y, and Z reasons that have nothing to do with the fundamentals. Well, how is that meant to help you? How is that supposed to be information that you can then take and apply to your future work? You really can't, which is why a lot of graffiti artists with mentors stagnate, they don't improve, and they just take their mentor style rather than creating something of their own. So while a good teacher is certainly important, it's also equally as important to be a good student. And the best way you can do that is by, once again, asking questions about the fundamentals. When you submit a critique, you want to make sure that you're submitting your practice, not your fun drawings. And then you want to ask questions about the fundamentals regarding what you just submitted. So take this straight letter for example. We'd go ahead and submit this, and we'd ask, how's my letter structure? I was kind of struggling with my first letter. I couldn't really get it to look the way I wanted to, or I couldn't really get it to weigh the way I wanted it to. I feel like it weighs too much or too little, depending on your drawing. I struggle with the negative space management between this letter and that letter. Are my lines and shapes affecting my letter structure? Did I do the lighting proper? How are my forms when I add 3D? These are the kinds of questions you want to be asking. Now we move on to the final one, and that is number 5. Repeat the previous steps. Now I know this is a list form, and you know, it's not that I ran out of ideas. It's not this is a cop-out thing just to fill the number 5 slot. It's just that learning graffiti is really easy. It doesn't get any more difficult than this. And sometimes we need a reminder to get back on track. It's easy to go ahead and follow this for a month and then think, oh, I've learned everything I need to learn. Now let me go ahead and focus on crazy wild styles. You lose track, you get off the rail. A year, 2 years later, you're wondering, man, how come I'm not getting better? I stagnated. Where did I go wrong? You went wrong right here. You went wrong when you thought that there was anything other than the fundamentals. You went wrong when you overcomplicated it and you thought progress needed more than what I just showed you in this video. What I just showed you in this video will take you from day 1 of graffiti all the way to whatever potential you have. It'll take you to the most masterful levels so long as you find that balance we talked about earlier between your fun drawings and your practice. It's an ebb and flow. Sometimes you'll feel really encouraged and you'll do more practice than fun drawings. Other times you need a little bit of a break. You'll dial it back and you'll do more fun drawings than practice. But this is the only place that progress happens. It doesn't happen anywhere else. You don't get better by practicing style and becoming more advanced with that. Instead, you practice practice the fundamentals and you become more capable of style. That's how it works in every art form. That's how every professional and master has reached that level. Getting better in graffiti is easy. Getting better in any art form is easy. The hard part is having the discipline to practice the boring stuff. And the hard part is understanding that progress is really simple. It just honestly boils down to studying and practicing the basics, and that's it. The more you do that, the more you understand. You knew better, you do better. It's that simple. And if you could do that, you'll reach a masterful level. Dudes, that closes out this video. Let me know any extra tips that you have for people that you'd recommend they follow in the comments down below. You could learn information about all of graffiti's fundamentals and so much more with our Ultimate Graffiti Guidebook in the description down below. Use the coupon code that we have on screen in order to save yourself some cash. That coupon code works over at theartistblock.inc, where you'll find digital copies of the book, and we have physical copies over on Amazon. We got a link to both those in the description down below for you. And if you want the best how to do graffiti tutorials anywhere online, we got that right up here, with more graffiti content right down here. I'm gonna get back to working on this Throwie book, which is, oh man, it is a pain, but we'll get through it eventually. I'm sorry it's taking as long as it is, guys. But as always, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys back here next week.